It is day 3 and we are just leaving camp. We are heading to Dijon. We have had some advice on our last video, so we are going to focus on that. We looked for a campsite in Dijon and we had found one that was central and it was really nice, and we called and they are full. So we have a backup plan, which is about 30 minutes out of the city.
South. We've called them now and they are available. Check-in is at 3. It's a bit late for us.
It's 45 minutes out of the city.
It's 11 now. We have 3 hours there. We're gonna get there at 2 and we're gonna have to wait for 1 hour, considering we're gonna have to drive 35 minutes to the center of Dijon. We're thinking, do we find somewhere else? Do we stay at the campsite? What do we do?
We decided that a hotel in the city would be better than a 45-minute campsite away from the city. It saves us an hour and a half of driving, setup time, all that jazz. It's just a lot more work.
So we have looked through Booking and Airbnb. With Morris, we need to take into account like sharing spaces might be tricky. We found something on Booking for about £44 plus €5 for the dog, and it's 4 kilometers away from the city center. Then we'll decide if we take the car, if we take public transport, if we just go for a walk.
I'm just walking out of a truck stop and it has wall of mustard and a wall of pâté. And I'm not talking just like a few shelves, I'm talking entire walls of mustard and pâté. In America you would find, I don't know, potato chips. Here is mustard and pâté. We have made it nearly to the center of Dijon and we have so many fun facts. One of which is it's the capital of Burgundy and has a deep legacy with medieval culture and Renaissance architecture.
Because of the Dukes of Burgundy.
The historic center of the city is a UNESCO heritage site. There's an owl trail that goes through the city. It is a trail where you follow the owls. And if you touch one of the owls on the Notre Dame with your left hand, it supposedly will bring you good luck. We were following the owls and then we got lost. We don't see any owls anywhere. But it brought us to this really pretty church. We're going to assume that's where the owls were actually going to take us. This chapel behind me is the chapel of the General Hospital here in Dijon. It was actually desacralized, desanctified, I'm not sure the word, in 2015, but it dates back to the 16th century. We went in, and since it's no longer a chapel, they've converted it into some type of museum that talks about local agriculture and rocks and dirt. And it was really disappointing because it's such a beautiful building. And that's what they converted it into. So that sucks. What we were thinking is that it feels very British. There are a lot of old buildings that look like you would find in older areas of the UK. Behind me is the Cathedral of Saint Benin. I might be mispronouncing it. But it was originally built in the 1200s and has parts of it are actually from the Romans.
Dijon is known as the city of the 100 spires because wherever you go, you can see so many spires all across the skyline.
It's really hard to capture all the beautiful buildings. That red one over there. Oh yeah, this was definitely the street we needed to be on. And so we have made it to the center and just look at how beautiful that is. If you've ever been to London and you've been to Regent Street, this seems very Regent Street. One of the fun facts about Dijon is that they have so many bicycles. Very cycling friendly, and you can tell because Morris is not happy. Anything with wheels, Morris is not a fan of. But she's handling it well, aren't you, baby?
I would like to be at the hotel.
The owl is the symbol of the city. There are owls everywhere, if you haven't already noticed. They even have owl
Pastry.
cookies.
We just found this shop.
Yes, we just found a very touristy shop that has all this good stuff. And so we're going to explore and see if we find anything that is not going to put us into bankruptcy. We found loads of different mustards, all different colors, and there are gingerbread mustard, berry mustard, the burgundy, the seed style, and even a green peppercorn mustard. So much mustard. My father would love this. We went through the shop and we learned quite a bit. The area isn't just known for its mustards, but it's known for its wines, its jams, the escargot. Grok told us that we needed to try the escargot, and I feel like that's questionable. And their pâtés as well. So their stand's just full of cat food. But very fancy cat food.
But what is escargot? Is it snail?
Yeah, escargot is snails.
It's like a snail?
Like jars of snails, already killed and...
We eat them in Catalonia.
They also had escargot pâté. No thanks. We are coming up on Dijon's own Notre Dame. It is not the super famous one, but Dijon has its own Notre Dame cathedral. And it looks like we can go in. This is the square in front of the Notre Dame. It's beautiful. And I need to go slow for Grandma because she gets motion sickness. So we're gonna go real slow.
Are they gargoyles?
Gargoyles, yeah.
Coming out of this building is amazing. I just went inside. It has super pretty, colorful, painted glass. In my family, sometimes when we go to a church, we lit a candle, and I did.
I always love going into cathedrals. I think they're just so beautiful and serene. Although they all end up looking the same after a while, even a fancy Notre Dame. I was looking for the owl, and in the room where it says it's supposed to be, there's no owl. So I am guessing they moved it somewhere. I put a lot of effort into that, good luck. You need to see how beautiful this park is with Notre Dame in the back, with the turrets on the side of the buildings. The old architecture is really cool. This is the front of the palace. Very beautiful entrance. You can see the tower at the top. And then it takes you all the way into the plaza. The plaza is also old architecture. Lots of cafes, lots of space. It's just gorgeous. Imagine what this was like back in its heyday. You guys need to see this side of the palace. It is gorgeous. Sarah right now is going to look for more mustard. This church in front of me is St. Michael's Church. It is a 16th century Gothic style church. You'll need to see just how beautiful these buildings are. I keep using the word beautiful and I don't even know what else to do. But this is the brand, isn't it? Yeah, this is the actual shop by the look of it, of the mustards and the cookies and all things.
I guess I'm gonna have to go inside.
Looks like we're forced to go in. Spending most of my life in Utah, that was founded maybe 200 years ago. There wasn't a whole lot of history. The historical buildings in my town are when they hit 100 years old. Here, there are buildings, cathedrals, and palaces. The palace is on the wall that was built by the Romans in the 3rd century. The history is just insane to me, how old everything is in comparison to where I grew up.
I just came out of the shop empty-handed because they were about to close, and then we're already gonna go to a shop that has some of the stuff. Hopefully they've not closed yet. Look at how pretty this is.
Wood. This is wood.
This building.
Look at how it's all wow. We have waited until 7 and the places are all closing. So we're trying to find anything now. Looks like it's going to be difficult.
Last choice is Carrefour, and
we're going to a supermarket and hopefully they've got some things.
We gotta eat mustard tonight. I got some pâté, one that I thought Zach would like. I got some meat that said product from France, pork's from France, I think. I got a baguette. I got some rucola. What's the name of rucola in English?
Rucola? I don't know.
Some cherry tomatoes. And then I bought, because I always have to buy something weird, a surimi pineapple cold salad.
Really? By weird shit.
I was like, I cannot believe I'm leaving Dijon without trying, but I refused to buy the whole mustard thingy, like a huge mustard thing. Yeah. And then when I was about to give up, I see a stand of products from here. So in the stand there were the cakeis and the mustard. I could not get many different types because I was not gonna buy the big ones. But I managed to get a 4-pack of baby ones. And the cake thing, I chose blueberry.
This is a wrap-up of Dijon. A lot of old architecture, a lot of amazing food. The cathedrals are fantastic. It was a lot of fun. Easy walkable, easy for a dog, especially a dog that is not so anxious like Morse.
Now praising me on my build-up on the story, but honestly, I was like, I cannot believe. I was already thinking, we're gonna have to wake up early and hit one of those shops. We cannot live without that. It's the biggest city we've hit in France. How are we gonna not try this stuff?
Fooled. I was totally fooled.
In the bakery section, they had something shaped like a pretzel with the dough of a donut and sugar on top. So like a
Yeah.
a pretzel that has gone to the gym.